Hello and welcome to another studio vlog. This month I visited the solo show by Donnie Nye called Compressed into Transparency, which features abstract paintings and a few glass sculptures. Later in the week I did go to a historical art museum, and usually they have some sort of extra exhibition, but this time there wasn't one, so I just looked at their main collection. This is one of my favorite paintings there, and it was a lot of fun. Previously, I had mentioned ordering a couple of different color shift pigments, that way I could make some cool chameleon colors, and they finally came in. So I was working on some of that in this week, and this is one of those colors. It shifts from kind of a pink to an orange to a gold to a green. And then we also have this color that shifts from blue to turquoise and purple, almost to a pink, but not quite there. I really like this color. It's one of my favorites that I've made so far because it reminds me of like a metallic beetle or bug. And although I really like these colors, I am going to make them limited edition just because they are very expensive to ship from the company I ordered them from. And while I do like them, I'm not comfortable charging the prices that I would need to in order to break even on my cost for these. So I'm going to make these limited edition and look for some alternatives and some other companies that have similar colors but aren't going to charge an arm and a leg for shipping. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I like having my art and the things that I make be affordable. I want as many people as possible to be able to enjoy what I create. So if I'm charging $40 for one single thing of paint, even if it's not a painting, if it's just paint, that's really going to limit who can actually enjoy them and take part in this. I don't want to make things so that they're so extremely high and costly that you have to save to buy them for 2 years worth of your wages. If you're seeing this 2 years down the road and you're thinking to yourself, well shoot, I've missed the chance to get these pigments and these paints, don't worry, I am going to find a cheaper alternative to these colors. That way I can still offer this kind of chameleon color paint just at a lower cost. Here is the holographic silver paint whenever it's put on paper, and it does dry down a little bit more silver than holo, but if you hit it with a bright light instead of just natural light, that's when it gets that really bright, shiny, holographic rainbow to it. Outside of creating paint, I was also working on paintings for the next month's installation at the gallery because I decided to do some more serious work and make some more realistic things. I just wanted to reel it in a little bit and use some realism in my landscapes. And then I also made an attempt at painting wildlife, so we'll see how that goes because it's not up yet. But these paintings are based off of Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, and I will be donating a portion of the proceeds from a few of these paintings to the Grand Teton National Park Foundation as well as the Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation. This is one of the paintings from this series. It's based on Jenny Lake in the national park, and it's one of my favorite paintings by far that I've made in recent times, and it is made almost with 100% watercolors. And then I also have these little loose watercolor paintings that are also based off the Teton Mountains, but they're a little bit looser, they're more funky and fun. I've also been working on a painting to submit to an upcoming show called Mine, What Is Ours in the Wake of Extraction. This is an environmental-based exhibition that deals with issues of extraction and how overmining can impact the surrounding communities and environments in which it lies. My piece addresses extreme erosion as well as water contamination, and I mixed glow-in-the-dark powder and some other things into this piece, so the part that is orangey in the waterways does glow under blacklight, so it is neon, but it also glows in the dark. And then I also have some metallic watercolors that I use to represent different oils and things that are also in the water that probably should not be. And here in a second you will see, I'll show you the glow-in-the-dark element in a darker area, but you can see under black light it is very glowy, and it gives off that kind of toxic, radioactive kind of vibe that I'm going for with this. I really hope this piece makes it in because this would be a great opportunity to educate people on the effects of unsustainable mining practices, and if accepted, it would also be a part of a 5-year traveling exhibition that does help educate the communities about the effects of mining. On a much lighter note, I was recently gifted a gift card for Blick, and even though we don't have one in my area, I was able to go online and order a few things. So I got 3 more of those Strathmore watercolor sketchbooks. I got this porcelain palette, which I've never had a porcelain palette before. I already used it. And I also got some more gouache from Royal Talons, as well as my first ever Schmincke watercolor pans. I've never had any before, but I'm very, very excited to use them, and I've already added them to my typical general primary watercolor palette, which is why I was trying to show you the wrappers, because you can't really see them super well within the palette. And I have an update on one of the art exhibitions that I entered. I have 2 pieces that are going to be shown in the TAC This Land Landscape exhibition. I'm very excited for that and the reception that's coming up. I have another update for the exhibitions because today I found out that this painting is going to be a part of a Yeehaw exhibition, and I am excited for that. Glad that it got in. I also submitted this piece to an ArtSpace 111 Texas juried art show, so we will see if it gets in or not. And now I'm going to give you a quick tour of some of the paintings that I've been working on for my Jackson Hole, Wyoming themed display for the gallery. I really like these. A lot of these are some of the favorite paintings I've ever made. I think this one in particular is really good, and I'm just, once again, excited to see how things go. So that's pretty much it for this time. Kind of a shorter video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything specific that you liked about it, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.